Guys, Will here with W.T.F Car Reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the all-new facelifted 2023 Nissan Altima SR.
And a huge thanks to Jenkins Nissan and Jenkins Mitsubishi in Lakeland, Florida for making this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventories below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Lakeland, Orlando, Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the Altima has been Nissan's midsize sedan since 1992. It was the successor of the Nissan Blue Bird line, which was around since 1955. The 6th generation Altima that you see here is released in 2019, facelifted for 2023, which features a redesigned front fascia, new wheels, new LED headlights, updated Nissan badges included on the 2023 Nissan Altima 2. Gray Sky Pearl Metallic and Garnet Pearl Metallic are also new for 2023. The Platinum trim for 2022 is renamed to the SL. The SL plus SR also gets standard 12.3-inch updated touchscreen, which is also optional for the SV. We get expanded safety features too for the Nissan 360-degree Safety Shield Plus, which includes auto emergency braking with pedestrian detection, rear automatic braking, lane departure warning, blind spot warning, rear cross traffic alert, and high beam assist. There are 5 different trim levels for the 2023 Nissan Altima, starting with the base S at $25,290. All trims have an optional $1,500 all-wheel drive option. The SV starts at $26,090. The SR that you see here starts at $27,490, sitting right in the middle of the Altima pack. The SL is the top-of-the-line luxury trim, which is taking over the Platinum trim from last year, as we mentioned, starting at $31,990, and the top-of-the-line SR Turbo starts at $34,990. The SR Turbo features, of course, the 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, cranking out 248 horsepower and 275 or 273 pound-feet of torque. The standard 2.5-liter 4-cylinder cranks out 188 horsepower and 178 pound-feet of torque. It's going to rain bad shortly, so we're going to have to hurry this review up like crazy. But again, this is the SR trim starting at $27,490. What do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So up front, updated front fascia, updated Nissan badge, SR red illumination in the corner, beautiful moon white metallic paint. I'll leave a link right over here, show you exactly what the paint color is called. LED daytime running strip with some non-functional airflow in the corner, but the center portion for the radiator, all functional for this 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine. The Nissan badge houses your advanced safety features. We can get a quick look at the wheel and tire setup. I hope we can beat this rain. It doesn't look like we're going to, but hopefully we can finish this outside portion up before the rain kicks in. Here we got these black and silver contrasted 19-inch rims wrapped in 235/40 R19 Hankook Kinergy GT all-season tires. Some of the better all-seasons in the business with these 19-inch low-profile tires. We'll see how it affects the ride quality once we take it out for a drive. You see splash guard up front. Should also help keep the rock chips to a minimum because we don't have any plastic cladding on this very clean-looking midsize sedan. Blacked out mirrors with an LED turn signal, actually no LED turn signal on it, not quite sure what I was looking at there. The mirror fills up the entire frame, blind spot monitoring on the inside portion of the glass smart access for the driver and the front passenger. Black trim up top of the window trim, some shiny chrome down below. Blacked out B-pillar, as we mentioned, we get the smart access for the driver and the front passenger. Get a quick look at the window sticker on this 2023 Nissan Altima 2.5 SR front wheel drive. Base price $27,490. We get the premium package. You guys can also take a pause and look at all the standard features available and also the optional features for $2,890. The premium package, which includes power sliding moonroof with tilt, leather seats, heated front seats, power driver seat with lumbar support, 4-way power passenger seat too. We get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with a 12.3-inch color touchscreen display, wireless phone charging too. Nissan Connect services, Alexa built-in, premium paint for $395. Unfortunately, the window sticker doesn't show us the paint color, but I'll do the research before posting the video and let you guys know. Splash guards for $225, $165 for the chrome bumper protector, $355 for the floor mats, trunk mat, hideaway kit, but you can pause, take a look at the rest of the features. $1,100 for destination, totals us out a tick under $33,000. It's starting to rain, so we have to really hurry this up. 31 MPGs, 27 city, 37 in the highway. That is some impressive numbers. Out rear, same rear wheel and tire setup. The gas cap is not pushed to open. I'll show you the latches inside. We'll take a step back, get one last look at the side profile of this all-new redesigned or facelifted 2023 Nissan Altima. Out rear, we have rear parking sensing. Get a quick look at the taillights, turn signals, and the reverse light. The reverse light is halogen. It appears that the turn signal is also halogen, but the taillight itself appears to be incandescent. But anyway, Altima badge is gunmetal gray, updated Nissan badge 2, SR in the right corner. We'll take a step back, get a good look at the exhaust tips and the rear parking sensors too. But speaking of the exhaust tips, we can fire up this 2.5 liter 4-cylinder and hear how she sounds. All right, guys, that was the sound of the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder sold by Nissan for the 2023 facelifted Altima, cranking out 188 horsepower and 180 pound-feet of torque. Made it to the CVT transmission. Not the quickest vehicle. Expect 0 to 60 between 8 and 9 seconds. Maybe a little bit quicker than 8 if you get a really good launch. But as you'll see in the test drive, acceleration isn't really what this car is about. If you really care about the acceleration, go with the turbo. The turbo will do 60 around 6, if not quicker. But for the non-turbo, what you see is basically what we get. The battery's in the driver's side, but the motor's pushed pretty well to the passenger side with aluminum stick connecting your 2 strut towers. Should help the handling quite a bit. But again, what we see is what we get. We can shut this hood right up. No hydraulic struts, unfortunately. Gonna have to deal with the prop. I will take one more step back, get one last look at the front styling. Beautiful front end. I really like the redesign for the front end on the 2023 Nissan Altima. The rain's starting to pick up, but for the most part, it looks like it should miss us. As you see, most of the rain is both east and west, but we're definitely gonna get hit with something, so we'll get inside before I get soaked. But again, smart access for the driver and the front passenger. Taking a step inside, up top, soft touch materials, aluminum beneath that, aluminum door handle too. We get dual pane windows. Unfortunately, the electric is not currently activated in the vehicle. We'll turn it on in a second. I'll show you the dual pane windows, but you can take my word for it in the meantime. Hard plastic for the frame. We have contrast red and white stitching for the gushy soft leather on the middle portion and gushy soft armrest. Auto one touch for the driver, power windows for the passengers, 4-way adjustable mirrors, lock and unlock, solid storage down beneath, hard plastic. Should be able to squeeze a foot long with a 20-ounce water bottle right next to it. No Altima nameplate as you step inside, but it says Altima SR on the floor mats. The seats have this orange perforation to it. Hopefully you can pick it up on camera. Very nice seats with some quilts in the bolsters. More of that orange and red, or white, sorry, contrast stitching with solid bolstering all together. But anyway, we have lumbar control. You can recline, drop, lift, and slide the seats. Taking a step inside, we can really check out this interior. In general, the rain really might miss us. Check that out. No way. But anyway, taking a step inside, we can fire this thing right to life. The start-stop button is in front of the gear selector, which controls the CVT transmission. But first thing we notice is the flat-bottom steering wheel. This is a huge thumbs up from Nissan. This is a nice wheel. It's not the thickest up top, but it has a very premium feeling leather to it with some orange contrast stitching. Solid 10 and 2, great 9 and 3, and the flat bottom is always appreciated. The Nissan area is rubberized, updated Nissan badge. The horn, pretty aggressive sounding horn. People should be getting out of your way. We mentioned we get dual pane windows. I'll show you guys the 2 panes of glass. Nice. We get dual pane windows, but we don't get automatic climate control. Kind of a head scratcher, but personally, I use manual climate even in vehicles with auto climate, so not a thumbs down by me. The steering wheel controls volume and skip. This controls your little LCD cluster up top. Return button, cruise control on the right side, voice commands, you can hang up and answer your phone calls. Paddle shifters control the ratios of your CVT. Auto headlamps and high beams on the right side. We don't get auto rain sensing wipers, but wouldn't really be expected with a car in this price point. To the left of the steering wheel, well, on the steering wheel, we have a tilt and telescope. It's not power, also wouldn't be expected. Trunk release, interior brightness, and your trip reset. The dashboard is soft touch for the entire dashboard with some leather stitch trim above the gauges. The gauges have a analog tach that goes to about 6,400 RPM, 140 for the speedometer, coolant temp to the left side, fuel level on the right. The LCD cluster, as we mentioned, is controlled with these buttons. Right now we're looking at a compass, digital speedo, and the song that's currently playing. We can take a look at just the speedo and a blank screen. My personal favorite would be to look at here, but we could also check out the fuel economy, trip info, trip A, trip B, and our advanced safety features, music, and also you can turn on or off your advanced safety features from your heads-up screen. Overall settings, we have VDC, driver assistance, TPMS, clock, vehicle maintenance, customized unit, key link settings, and the factory reset. But as you mentioned, this is my favorite screen to look at all times, so we will leave it right over here. Continuing along, we get 12.3-inch touchscreen, all new for 2023. We take a look at the nav screen, and it has a very high resolution to it. The response is also excellent. As soon as you touch the screen, it responds. You can see what else is available. The home screen, Includes our nav in the right corner, the song's currently playing, and our phone information if we had one connected. Music would just show us our music. Down below we can see just our phone, interesting, and this little cube shows us everything. So notifications, connect, download mobile apps, GPS position, where am I, TomTom weather, all of that. You can see the next screen, everything that's available. My personal favorite to look at all times would be this really high resolution map. We get a little bit of piano black surrounding it for the buttons too. Not the biggest deal though, volume controls, skip controls. You can access your camera settings too. You can turn off your guidance lines and adjust the display settings too. On the left side, this button dims the screen for the night mode or day mode. Air vents down beneath, aluminum trim beneath this faux carbon fiber. Hopefully you can pick up that faux carbon fiber in that trim. Very premium look. As we mentioned, we don't get automatic climate control, but I'm not going to knock them for it. We get heated seats. You can adjust the vents and the direction of the vents. Wireless charging pad, that's appreciated. USB-C and USB-A, 12-volt 2. Gear selector, as we mentioned, controls a CVT. We'll check out what this button does too. I think it's like a little bit of a sport mode for the transmission. Perfect cubby for the keys right over here. We get gushy, soft, contrasted stitched leather for where your knee will often hit. 2 cup holders, no little supports to keep the drinks in place, but they should fit up to a 16-ounce water bottle with no issues. Gushy, soft for this armrest on the center console area, orange and white contrast stitching. Solid space too. I would expect you to fit at least 8 12-ounce cans in here. Nothing really going on though. We don't have any charge ports or power outlets, but plenty of space. The glove box, we can pull this latch. It is damped, not lined with felt, but massive. You're fitting 35 license plates. You'll fit 2 pairs of shoes in there with no issues. Very large glove box. The rear view mirror, it's not frameless, but it has a very thin frame. It's not auto dimming either. To dim it, you got to pull this flappy thing. Sunglass holder, cool. We get a sunroof though, or moonroof, whatever you like to call it. I still personally don't know the difference. All I know is between a regular panel or a panoramic, that means you got 2. But anyway, we only get 1 over here, so I'm gonna call it a sunroof. We can poke our way out of here. It really looks like that rain is gonna beat us. That is crazy. I was really expecting it to downpour during this review, but I guess somebody's on my side. Knock on dashboard for now. But anyway, that's about it for the front seat, guys. We'll leave the shade open so when we hop out back, you can get a good idea of how much light is brought into the cabin. The interior light might be LED. I can't really tell because of the white tint for it. I'll leave a link right here to show you if it is LED. But anyway, that's about it for the front seat. Let's hop out back, see how much space is offered back there, as well as the overall quality of those materials. We don't get smart access out rear, not really a big deal. Up top we get hard plastic materials. The middle portion is still gushy soft with a gushy soft armrest. No auto one touch out rear, but still a power window. Solid cup holder size. You'll fit a 20-ounce water bottle with some candy bars right next to it. Taking a step inside, we still get that orange perforation for the rear seats. The bolstering is massive. It goes all the way out to the door frame, so very couch-like. Again, we have more of that contrast stitching for this SR trim level. So look at that legroom too. That seems impressive. I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall, sitting behind my seat settings, and I still have at least 4 or 5 inches of overall knee room. If I was sitting behind the passenger seat, it would be like an S-Class, but I don't think it's a very sustainable seating position to be hunched over quite like that. I am pretty reclined, but still very solid space sitting behind my own seat setting. Solid space for my feet too. Headroom, I have at least 1 inch, possibly 2. No air vents though. I wish we had air vents in the back seat of a $30,000 Nissan Altima SR. We're approaching a $30,000 price point. After this premium package, we're over $30,000, so it would be nice to see some air vents. Mat pocket behind the passenger seat. The center cubby doesn't have a string, so you got to jab your hand into it, but it's pretty soft. Solid size cup holders. You'll fit 16 ounces in there. The interior light back here also appears to be LED, but that's about it for the rear seat space of the 2023 Nissan Altima. I think the Camry has a little bit more space. The Accord also may have a little bit more space, but personally, I think the exterior styling on this 2023 Altima is by far the nicest in the segment. So if that's what you're prioritizing, the exterior styling, you'll still have plenty of space back there if you're under 6'4", 6'5". So for most adults, all you would really need. Taking a look at the cargo space, the hinges will crush your cargo, so keep that in mind when packing it up. But the wheel well cutouts are huge. You'll fit a golf bag horizontally. It's a very deep trunk too. I'm not going to even come close to reaching the back seat. They fold down 60-40 split. You fold them down, I'd expect you to fit 55-60 inch TV back here with no issues. We can take a look at the secret storage, see what's available down there. Fix a flat kit, we get a jack and a tire iron. I don't see a spare tire out here though. Actually, yes we do. We get a donut right underneath, so nice and appreciated. That's about it though for the cargo. We can fold the rear seats down by pulling those 2 latches, but again, that's about it. We can shut this thing right up, take one last little walk around of this facelifted 2023 Nissan Altima 2.5 SR front wheel drive. It is a beautiful sedan. I think in the segment that this is in right now, by far the best styling. The previously best styled sedan in the segment, I would have to say, was the Camry, but that is just no longer the case. But that's about it for the inside and outside of the 2023 Altima SR. Let's take it out for a drive. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2023 Nissan Altima SR. Let's take it out for a drive and see how it performs. And the first thing I notice is the throttle response is good. The steering feels very on center. So we'll see how it performs. Obviously, it doesn't even have 200 horsepower, so don't expect the performance to be very impressive. But the handling and overall composure, I do expect quite a bit from it. All right, guys, taking a step out here. We'll lean into it about a third of the way. Okay. Okay, yeah, it gets up and goes. Brakes feel nice. Steering feels good. The body roll is very limited. It feels sporty and playful, guys. Yeah, the steering feels really good. Very predictable feel. And it feels really good in your hands. The brakes have good bite. You do have to put a little bit of pressure on the brake pedal to get to the complete stop, but to be expected. Yeah, the initial throttle response is strong, but that middle portion of the gas pedal feels a little bit dead. I'm not sure if you guys know what I'm talking about, but the initial bite does feel strong. So for like city driving, all you need. But for the highway, you're gonna have to lean into the gas pedal closer to like the halfway point. But through the twisties, it feels good. And throwing it into the sport mode definitely drops us a gear. Throttle feels more sensitive, more eager to downshift. The steering feels the same though. No changes with the steering, throwing it in quicker than we should. Feels sharp, guys. Feels very sharp. Woo. We can try a little uphill off the line on the gas. Ooh. Okay. It's not blowing you away in terms of speed, but it gets up and goes well. That initial low end torque was enough to get a little chirp out of the tires. But the best part, the most impressive part about this car to me is the steering. It feels really sharp and the wheel feels good in your hands. These 235 tires probably help quite a bit. We'll take a step out into this road. We'll throw it in a lot quicker than we should in a sharp turn. Really test out the handling on the gas. Okay, brakes. Throwing it in. Oh, it feels sharp and coming out. Woo. Okay. Yeah, gets the speed well. I can see 0 to 60 happening around 8 seconds, maybe 8.5. Between 8 and 8.5. I don't think it would be slower than 8.5, but I also don't think it would be quicker than 8. We can test out this car's turning radius in this little mini parking lot, which I still have yet to understand the purpose for, because I don't think I've ever seen a car in here. But it is here, and it looks like it's in perfect condition because nobody ever uses it. The turning radius, very sharp. Wow, we're gonna be able to make that twice. Yeah, looks like we made it twice. Cutting a little bit close, but very sharp turning radius. We'll take a step back out onto this road as soon as it clears up. All right, guys, we'll try out these paddle shifters. First gear on the gas. Okay. Wow, very responsive shifts. I mean, ratio shifts. It's not true shifts. Third gear pull. Good little bit of torque, not a lot. Downshift. Okay. Throwing it in. Responsive chassis, responsive steering. This is an impressive vehicle, guys. All right, stepping out here. Uphill, we'll try a second gear pull. Second gear on the gas. Okay, yeah, definitely catches up nice and quickly. And this 2.5 liter 4-cylinder, it actually sounds pretty good for what it is. It's not like a buzzy 4-cylinder that you hear a lot with CVTs. The CVT doesn't really help with drone because it does hold the revs pretty high when you're accelerating, but it doesn't sound necessarily bad. All right, guys, taking a step out into this road. There's somebody in front of us, so we're not gonna be able to go too quickly, but we'll still be able to test out this car through some twisties. Very quiet interior though, too, thanks to these dual pane windows. The road noise is basically non-existent. The wind noise is literally non-existent. The steering feels so good. third gear. This is all the way down. Yeah, so the low end torque is certainly not what this vehicle is all about, but it's solid. All right, let's turn around, have a little bit of fun on the way back because it doesn't look like there's any cars coming. Alrighty. First gear, on the gas. Woo. Okay, don't have to push it much further, but through these twisties. Yeah. Very playful. Nice. Woo. Yeah, not bad, guys. If you're looking for a mid-size sedan, you don't really care about acceleration too much. Like, you want a sporty feeling car, but your idea of sporty is just the overall composed feel. You don't plan on taking this thing over like 100 miles an hour or anything like that. You do most of your driving in the city. I would definitely recommend checking out the 2023 Altima. Like, if you're somebody who doesn't need a lot of power, this is just a perfect vehicle around $30,000 price point. Beautiful looks, ton of tech. The 12.3-inch touchscreen, by far best in the segment. Toyota's touchscreen is not even a pimple on this thing's, you know what? Neither is Honda's. Great touchscreen from Nissan, great steering wheel, the playfulness of the chassis. It's truly the best in the segment in everything other than just pure off-the-line acceleration. So if that's what you prioritize styling, you prioritize tech and luxury feel, while still having a very composed and sporty feeling chassis, I would 100% recommend checking out the 2023 Nissan Altima. Go for the SR too. The SR Premium, around $30,000 price point, you get just about everything you possibly want or need. Obviously the SR 2.0 with the turbo, around the $35,000, $36,000 price point. That's the one we all want because it gets you the extra power. But power-wise, check it out one more time on the gas. You're still moving. Woo-hoo-hoo, yeah. Really not bad, guys. This thing through the twisties is a blast. All in all, guys, would I recommend checking out the 2023 Nissan Altima? Absolutely. I think this is the best looking car in its class. Best in class tech too, with this all new touchscreen. Toyota and Honda definitely have some catching up to do after Nissan just facelifted their Altima. If you're looking for a mid-size sedan, you don't want to spend over $30,000. I would 1000% recommend checking out the 2023 Nissan Altima, and check out the SR too. It gives you the best balance between features, performance, and overall styling. And huge thanks to Jenkins Nissan and Jenkins Mitsubishi in Lakeland, Florida for making this review possible. I'll leave links to their inventories below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Lakeland, Orlando, Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And huge thanks to all of you for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment. Let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you'd like to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.